Assalamu alaikum and welcome to our YouTube English language channel. We ain't gonna have a lesson today. We are gonna have a conversation today, a conversation on economic affairs, a conversation with someone who is highly knowledgeable and deeply interested in economy and in economic affairs. And he is doing MBA. He is a brilliant student, and I especially invited him to discuss economic affairs. And so I think we should invite him, Mr. Wakas. Yes, Mr. Wakas, I welcome you. How are you?
Thank you so much.
Fine, happy.
Thank you.
Well, what's happening nowadays?
Happening nothing. Only we are passionately waiting for reopening schools and universities.
All right. And yes, please, we will discuss economic affairs today, and I appreciate your deep interest in economic affairs. You are doing MBA, I understand. I would like you to apprise us of economic affairs of Pakistan. Where does the economy stand today?
Actually, when it comes to Pakistan economy, I think Pakistan economy stands stagnant still, and especially after the coronavirus. I think that government and economy is on the rocks nowadays because no business activities are on. So far, Pakistan is fortunate because so far we have seen lots of industries they have been reopened. But as far as other countries are concerned, still all
And
businesses-
Pakistan remains
Yes,
less
yes.
affected
Yeah, less affected.
by coronavirus, pandemic.
Yeah. Yeah. So actually, it had not very well for Pakistan. This coronavirus, it was this ominous virus broke out in the world, and as it affected Pakistan, but it less affected Pakistan. And as far as all business activities, economical activities are concerned, they have been commenced again. And they have been ordered to reopening schools, universities, other many institutions in Pakistan. Government has ordered to reopen them.
Right. Well, talking of Pakistan's economy has always been under, a strain, under stress. The present government, I think has been trying to stabilize the economy since day one. But so far, the government is struggling, understand, to put the economy on the right path. Right. So, what do you say about government's efforts, and what do you say about business community's response to those efforts by the government?
I understand that to some extent government is lagging behind in economical activities, in economic affairs, because since Imran Khan assumed his office, I think he has removed one man, Asad Umar, as a finance minister. He brought another one from IMF, and then State Bank, head of State Bank had been changed by the Imran Khan. And so far, when it comes to the taxation in Pakistan, I think Imran Khan has set up 5 or 6 men as a head of FBR. So recently we have seen Shabar Zaidi as a FBR chairman, but he came, he left. We don't know where he is nowadays. So I think it is very, very hard for the government to actually survive in these circumstances. Why? First is that tax collection is very, very less for this year, for upcoming year, and government would face difficulties. The second is that government released lots of funds in the name of Asas program, this program, that program. Everyone has received, I think, 12,000 per man. And other, when it comes to further, we should talk about those incentives that were being given to business community by the government, because it was in need of time. Therefore, government gave them funds because they were.
But what about the efforts, the drive that the government launched after Imran government came to power? The Imran government, after coming to power, had launched, concerted efforts to strengthen, the tax collection, to increase the tax collection. The business community has also complained that Pakistan's tax collection system is not satisfactory, and those who don't pay taxes of their share, they should also be brought into the tax net. So, has the government succeeded in its efforts, in its endeavors to increase and strengthen the tax collection, whether it is transparent or not?
So far, government seems fair in tax collection. And actually, when talking about tax collection in Pakistan, it is very, very hard. The first of all, you have undocumented economy. Almost, I think, 35% you have undocumented economy. Means you don't know how many firms are in Pakistan. Lots of firms, lots of businesses, they are not registered in SECP. So it means that you have no data, you have no other
You might
things.
remember. You might remember the government, also started special endeavors to document the economy. Understand some 1.5 years ago. Understand. I think documentation of the economy is a right step, and the government took a right step. Understand. But what about the step? Was the step successful? Did it fulfill its purpose or not?
It seems fair so far, because in other countries, when you you are what you are doing, you are adopting the policies of US, other many developed countries. Actually, you have first of all you have to check your business community that whether are they ready to give you taxes or not. So then you should decide that what kind of taxes should be imposed upon them, and should be imposed or not. Lots of taxes we are giving, like indirect taxes, direct taxes, industrial taxes, salary. They deduct taxes from our salary, each and everything is on Pakistan. So actually, talking about taxes for the next year, it is less. But talking about taxes in normal days, I think it would increase. Why? Because you have increased all the taxes, direct, whether it's direct or whether it's indirect taxes. So government would be rolling in money, but after I think 3 years or 4 years. But so far, I think we are not seeing any new development for upcoming years.
Well, Pakistan is experiencing another, bad thing. Pakistan's highly educated, skilled people are leaving the country, and they are going abroad in search of, employment, profitable employment. Understand? So I call it brain drain. Understand? So Pakistan, Pakistani government is equally worried about this situation. Can the brain drain be contained and then eliminated? Because it can only happen after the government, improves the economy, understand, and uplifts, economic, activities in the country.
So far, you can't, actually keep them in Pakistan. Means the brand drain, and those brands they are living in Pakistan. They are living in Pakistan to other countries, and they are going to other countries to get a job. Definitely, they get a huge and good remunerations. In Pakistan, the first you can't remove it, and because this policy. Until you set up multinational companies in Pakistan, until you set up industries, mills in Pakistan, therefore they would get job in Pakistan, then you can say that government should do this or that. But actually, I think only one thing Pakistan is exporting to other countries, that is workforce, means human being, because the government is happy to get a huge amount of remittances, because definitely they are getting dollars. So I think that as far as this brand drain is concerned, you can't actually cut it off so far, because there is no business activities are on in Pakistan. No multinational companies they are ready to come into Pakistan and to set up their businesses, because again it comes that your economic condition is very poor, it is crippled, and then it comes to when you are going to set up a company in Pakistan, you have to go through a very hectic procedure in Pakistan, land department, FBR, this or that. Therefore, no one is ready to come, and therefore, brand you can't stop this brand. And
the government took a number of steps to invite foreign investment, to Pakistan. Well, about those efforts, those steps to invite the foreign investment. I mean, do you see foreign investment in the country, and do you think foreign investors, they are confident enough, or the government has, been able to win their confidence to come to Pakistan and invest here? Do you think the government has succeeded in its endeavors?
I reckon that political instability is in Pakistan, and it always been in Pakistan, and therefore actually so far we have seen that for 4 decades no multinational companies are working from Pakistan, and they are generating a huge amount of profit. There are some companies they are getting, but actually new companies they are not coming. Why? Because they have threat that any time overnight you can throw the government, and you can send your prime minister to home, overthrow the government overnight. And so therefore I think still political instability stands in Pakistan. Therefore, no, actually, even China, even other, you have very close ties with China, you have very close ties with nowadays Russia. Even they can't actually trust that whether there would be any stability or there would be a stability or not.
Right. Well, I am very happy, very glad to understand that you are, responding to my economic questions. You understand. So, how do you keep yourself updated on economic affairs? Do you read newspaper, or do you enjoy some other activities to update yourself on a daily basis?
Not daily basis. I think you should work on it. I think weekly. That going through newspapers.
Thank you very much. We are actually short on time. Yes, thanks for
Thank you so
being
much.
here, right? Thank you very much.